no privacy. And silently, it could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no closure, moving closer. No exposure, I just wanna be a loner. Some can't stay sober, looking over all their shoulders. Like moving boulders just to get out of the home. It sucks, I've had enough, I don't wanna feel the stuck under the rug, all my problems that I shove. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough, nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough, nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. It sucks when you finally feel like giving up. Oh God, no luck, everything feels like you're sticky stuck. I'm lost, handcuffed to the bed where I sleep, don't give a fuck. Can't stop, unplug, feeling overwhelmed, I think I've had enough. Gotta find a way to get some energy, gotta find someone who's a good friend of me. I need purpose to make it all worth it, I'm still searching and I'm still learning. I want a life that's filled with memories, not a life with regret in front of me. I need focus to keep me from hopeless psychosis if I keep moping. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough, nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough, nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another live stream on the VapeTrainGaming channel. So today we're going to be doing a bit of a tutorial on how I get started playing Aska. So Aska to me has like really just made me want to constantly keep playing. I've put way too many hours into it since I first got it. Now I don't get to play that often, I just play on stream for the most part. I sometimes do some off-stream stuff, but lately, so I've been really wanting to put out a tutorial. I really wanted to, you know, put out a solid video, but mental state, my depression, my situation, everything has kind of like ruined my ability to full-on focus on doing editing. So I'm going to try it this way. It's going to be a different format. I know it's going to look very long on the VOD, but all it's going to be is, for right now, it's going to be the VOD. I'm going to add chapters for all the key points so people can find out all the stuff they're looking for. And then maybe if I get to a point where I can actually do an edit, I'm going to sit down, splice it up, make it into a shorter form content. But besides that, let's go ahead and get this started. So you just got Aska, right? So normally the best thing you can do is go ahead and do default settings on everything. So we're going to go ahead and get started in here. Do single player, we're going to go ahead, do a new game. We're going to do the default because you really should, especially if you just get a game, play the game the way the developers designed it to be played. I understand later on, like after you played a bit, you get that experience, you're you know what you're doing and you're having a grand time doing it, you want to like try to like make things a little bit easier, try things a little bit, you know, less difficult, make things so it's not as rushed. Because the original seasons in this game feel a little bit rushed, but I think that's just to strive your progression so that you can make sure that you can prepare for the invasions that come later. But we're going to do that. We're going to generate a random seed. And we're going to really start this whole thing completely fresh. Let's see. Let's customize the character. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick with Aska. Now, I need to play and like finish up a lot more of the stuff in here so that I can actually get the different skins. I could have swore I unlocked one recently, but apparently I'm wrong. Tattoo style. What's she got going on? Yeah, I haven't unlocked any of these yet. That's kind of cool, but don't have it unlocked. But we will unlock this stuff eventually. We'll do that. Do that one. Why not? Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. So let's go ahead and get this party started. And go ahead and watch the intro video and such. Now, hopefully, the computer doesn't seize out as bad as it normally does whenever... For some odd reason, the intro video in games for me nowadays, like, they have a hardcore audio stutter, and I can't seem to find out why it happens. I've got all my drivers updated and everything else, but I don't know. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Now, keep in mind, whenever you first start playing Aska, there's a lot of farming that's done by you to begin with. So there's going to be a lot of me farming, so I'm going to try to make sure that like things get skipped through, but I can only skip through so much while I'm actually actively doing it. But let's get it fucking started. Pause my music for a minute.
In the days before, the gods gave us the spark of ambition, which lit the fires of creation. They gave us a world of our own, a home. They made us builders, warriors, legends. They gave us everything. But our hubris overcame us. We thought ourselves to be gods instead. We tore apart their memory, and so we were punished. Everyone, everything cast into the fire. Yet some of us were spared. To start again.
Let's go ahead and get back to actually having me on here. So you see what I mean by the video stuttering? So that's Yoten, he's an asshole. So you spawn on the beach at your shipwreck, and they leave you, what is it, 5 Yoten blood right here? Seriously? We're gonna start this already? I'll kick you in the face, punch you a couple of times too. Knock you unconscious. You ain't got nothing on me. Catch these hands! Sorry. Alright, so normally what happens whenever I first start a game is I will go to explore the seed, because it's all covered by the, what is it, the Fog of War. So I normally will go and just hardcore explore the entire island before I even pick up the Yoten blood in the beginning, because you don't want to, like, lose it while you're exploring, I guess. So our goal, when we first start out, is making tools and listening to the tutorial wisp. As they just let you know, this guy wants you to start all your stuff off by scanning for resources. And eventually they'll pop up again and tell you about trying to do other things. Tutorial takes you only so far into the game. I think it's like right after you get the Eye of Odin placed and built and a villager summoned. It's like, oh hey, congratulations, you got this. You're on your own now. Don't die. And it just disappears. But we are looking for a mine. So when you first spawn, keep in mind, you should definitely do some exploring first, because just randomly slapping down the start of your base will drastically affect you for the rest of the game. So go ahead and gather some berries and stuff so you got some food on you. And we are going to go try to find a mine and make tools as we go. Ugh, they're all so raspy. We're gonna go back down to the beach real quick, because the driftwood gives you 4 stick per, while other bushes and stuff only give you 2. And you normally find stones and stuff a lot better out here. So use your little resource scan, run around, find all the stones you can, because the best order to go in whenever it comes to the tools is pickaxe, hatchet, and then hoe, and hammer as well. Yeah, so they want me to build a campfire. I'm not going to build a campfire just yet. I need to get some tools and stuff rolling first. That's how I start off. I want to get tools going. I want to know where a mine is, or a lake, or a relatively beneficial point of interest on the map, so that I can start building my main base. Because keep in mind, you can demolish your whole base, relocate it, and go to a different area later on. Or you can build outposts in those areas later on as well. I like my starting area to be as solid as possible. If it's your first time playing, you can definitely do this, or you can go and make some mistakes and learn, and that's always good too. Because the learning curve in this game really does make it so that you'll end up restarting a couple of times until you get that solid start that you want. I just want to make sure I have that solid start pretty much ahead of time. So we're going to go into the build menu. We're going to see how many blades we have. We only have 3 rocks right now. So let's go ahead and pick up the stones. This is why I say doing the pickaxe first is the most beneficial, because you won't have to just find random stones on the beach anymore. Let's see. I should have enough to do some of the stuff I want. I can make 3. And then rope, I can make 1. But you know what's great? These reeds that are on the beach, you can actually pick these up, or harvest these. Go into your inventory, hold down shift, and click on the thatch, and it will turn it into fiber. You do that so that you, if you can't seem to find enough fiber to make rope and stuff, you'll actually have what you can find, you know. You know what I'm saying. Learning the ropes. Alright, so we should have rope and a couple of stone blades. Let's get our pickaxe going. Let's do the hatchet, since we do have the blade for it. We need more stone blades. So, now that we have a pickaxe, we don't even have to bring the pickaxe out. You can actually run up to the nodes and it'll equip itself so you can work on it. Now, killing wisps, I mean, it's nice, it's reasonably safe, and they give you fiber and sticks sometimes, so it's worth it. Yeah, I know, you want me to go make a campfire, but I kind of want to find stuff first, Wisp, because you instruct me to just get started, and I don't, that doesn't work out. The Eye of Odin, where you place it, really does matter. Okay, so now you can just run up to the resource. You can hold down R, and it'll equip the item that you need to use for farming. the tool you need to use for farming. Or you can just equip the tool and run up and click on the stone. But it's easier just to run up and hold R so you don't have to sit there and constantly click to farm something. Now, almost every resource you try to farm out here breaks into small items and large items. So you have like a large rock. Large items you can only carry one at a time. Small items and medium items. Okay, so resources break into 3 sized items. You have small, medium, and large. You can only carry one large at a time. Medium items you have a limited amount. Same with smalls. Smalls normally stack. Medium items normally don't. So, get a bunch of stone out of that. Now realize there are small versions and large versions of a lot of the resources as well, or a smaller version of a full-grown tree type of thing. So, small stone clumps, they give me a bunch of small stones, and they also give me one large stone. Now, the large items and the medium items, some of them can be broken down even further. Just like thatch can be turned into fiber, you can turn a large stone into smaller stones. Of course, in the beginning it takes a while to farm things, so be patient. Alright, so I think we've got the tool stuff situated, don't we? Yes, we do. We have 5 of those. Do we have what we need? We do. Great thing about this resource scan is it also scans and tells you when there are enemies close by. It doesn't tell you anything, it just displays them as red. Oh, talking about the scans and stuff, you can actually go into your settings, go into the gameplay settings and scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can actually customize the scan color and the item colors and stuff that show up in the scan. It's pretty cool. That's why mine all, except for these things, all display as purple. Now, the Yoten blood shards, so you have these large ones and then you have the smaller ones. Yoten blood is that very important resource that you got from the boat so that you can start reestablishing your kin. So there's smaller ones that look like this that you can mine. Now these will give you about 1 or 2 Yoten bloods per. So keep that in mind. It's also a good spot to get some small stones and I think it'll give you small stones, large stone, and the Yoten blood. So it's always good to start hitting these. Later on, when things get upgraded, your villagers will actually start gathering the Yoten blood spawns for you. But that's pretty far later on, not crazy far, but definitely after the first upgrades of all your buildings, basically. But, so, small, large, then you also have, like, for example, smaller tree, a young fir tree, and then a full-grown fir tree. Each stage gives you, like, more or less of different items. Now, I had to personally change this for me because I really didn't like the hotkey that was there for it. The default is based on your shift key. So as you're running, at the end of it, you might roll or something of the sort. I changed the hotkey to control because that's where I would want it. So let's go see if we can find a mine, because that is the goal first off whenever it comes for me trying to get things set up. Let's grab flax as we go, because we always need the fiber. Maybe cut down a tree and get some resin so I can make myself a couple of weapons. So you've got fen, which are like the deer here, and then you also have smokers, which are... smokers are kind of an annoying thing. They are like the pests of this world. So they're like little rabbits with horns that will... if they can get to a storage area in your base, they will clear out that storage, dump it all on the floor, and eat half of it. They are annoying as hell. So we got some resin here. let's see, what does it take to make... So regular flimsy clubs, sticks, and such. Let's grab the sticks. Even though I'm not going to really be fighting much, but this is just in case I get into a situation where there's no way out. Might as well get a shield. No, don't really need a shield. So the weapon sets, whenever it comes to the hand usage of them, you have like one-handed items, and then you have two-handed heavy items. And those one-handed items pair well with a shield, but you can't really do the power attack. Ooh, I found a mine. Hell yeah. You can't really do a heavy attack when you're equipped with a shield and a one-hand, but you can do a heavy attack if you only have a one-hand on or a two-hand. Like, it's odd. The combat in this isn't bad, but it's not crazy. Okay, so this is going to be a perfect setup for me. I really like, whenever I find my mine, I like to set up with my main stuff on top, and since this actually is starting off with nothing up here, this is going to be fantastic. So, mines are really, there's a guarantee of 3 mines on every main island, or main land that you start in. So being able to find those somewhere close by is fantastic as hell, because you can get into metalworking and stuff like that reasonably quickly. So it's definitely worth doing. Now, since you have made a hoe or anything like that, that's what I did as one of my first things, you can go ahead and start flattening out the ground of where you're going to build your base. Now, sadly, it only goes to about, I want to say it's a 5x5 square, so it takes multiple times of trying to do this to make it work well. But doing this on top of the mine is actually really nice, because it makes it so that we can have a land barrier between a lot of things whenever the Blood Moon raids start. Because the invasions, the Blood Moon raids, and stuff like that, they all specifically target your Eye of Odin. So you got to make sure to kind of have it in a protected area, someplace they can't get to super easily. So that's why I like doing this on top of the mine, because it controls the flow of the enemies. We're also, I mean, depending on how this goes and what the viewership is like, I might end up doing continuations of this and breaking it down even more, so that people can, you know, see the more stages. Okay, we're gonna rotate you back this way. I want it to all be at this level. How far can I get over here? And sadly, the terraforming, if it's too steep of an incline, it can't do anything with it. There's a trick to get around that, but you won't be able to use that trick until you progress into the game a little bit more, because you don't have the things that you need to be able to build to trick it as an option. Okay, I'm just gonna keep flattening out some of this stuff. Yeah. Flatten out a few of these things. Now, not everybody is going to want to go the flattening out route. They're not going to want to actually plan stuff ahead of time. It's something you need to consider before you actually start building your village, because you got to make it so that you don't have a bunch of like housing places right next to the industrial section, or housing places next to all the crafting and such. You want to kind of have like roads and paths that get around your base to make things, the infrastructure easier, because you're going to need them to be able to move around easier. So you don't want to build your base or anything like you would on certain games where you do super small building to avoid it being an issue. Because you don't have to worry about people raiding you. You're just worrying about NPCs. So getting it flattened out first is a good way to start off, especially if you are trying to have a specific build, like I am. Now, quick thing about the terraforming in this game, you can normally run up, hold down E, you'll pull out your hoe and start hitting it. Or you can hit E, equip your hoe, and just click. It's a lot quicker. I know a lot of people really hate doing the terraforming because it's tedious, but get out your hoe and start clicking, and it's normally pretty easy. Now, we got to take into account that we will end up building down by the entrance of the mine as well. I'm just trying to get this all kind of leveled up and in the right area. So I did that. So now I can fully flatten it. Okay, and I can't do the other stuff yet because we haven't progressed to that point. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, so let's chopping down some trees, and then we can start doing everything that the wisp is telling us because we found the perfect spot to start. Green plumage, and it escaped. Damn it. Now, when you chop down trees, they fall in two different segments. So you have the main section that falls down, and then you got to prune it and chop it up, and that normally gives you long sticks, logs, bark, sticks, resin, and firewood. Oh, not to mention bark. You will need bark, especially in the early game. Okay, so we got this all semi-situated, so we want to flatten this out as well. Now, you see this hardcore red block right here? If you can angle it just right, you can actually get it so that you can basically do it all directly right up against the limit. That wisp makes such weird noises. Okay, so let's start building the campfire, shall we? Just to get things rolling. Simple fire. Okay, so I need a bunch of sticks. Now, when you're picking up resources, normally the tooltip will straight up tell you what you need to do to be able to pick up things or use things or what they are. So I'm running around just going to grab the sticks from cutting down this tree. I'm going to hold down T so I can pick up multiples in the area, which, keep in mind, the multiple pickup, the range is very limited, and I don't think there's actually a way that you can extend that range. I think that's just specifically a game situation. As I said, there's going to be a lot of farming. There's going to be moments where I'm just cutting down a tree. You're going to run into it too, but that's just the progression of the game. Now, you can't cut down any of the full-grown trees. The firs, you can't cut them down until the full-grown ones until you have the next level of axe. And then the birches you can't cut down until you get metal tools, and that takes a little bit to get there. So, depending on how things go with this, we might actually continue more on here, so people who are actually following can just go off of that. So, get into the simple fire menu. You hit T while you're looking at it, so I can upgrade it to a campfire, and that is highly needed. We need one more stick. Keeps trying to get me to do other things. It's like, I'm working on it. Why are you yelling at me? It's like a little fairy from Legend of Zelda. What's that? But it only stays around until you make the Eye of Odin. Okay, so we're going to go up. We're going to hit T again. We're going to add a fire cover. And then we are going to go into T again and add a barbecue. Now, there's something really cool about this. Not only do you have a resource scanner that actually shrinks back foliage so you can actually see what you're doing, but you also can pin the things you need to build so you can keep track of what resources you need. So we've got quite a bit of rope. Got that covered. Now we need bark and such, which we do have bark, so we're going to put that all in there. Let's go get some more bark, some more sticks. Hopefully we'll get into the exploring over here, and maybe we'll see if we find a lake or something close by. That would be great, being able to have access to that. A lot of fish and such, and thatch, and not have to be on the beach. Because I don't like being on the beach. Doesn't have the stuff I need. Okay, so we got a bunch of sticks. Now, the long sticks and the logs can actually be broken down into more resources. You can break them down into more sticks, bark, and firewood and resin. So, keep that in mind. If you're running short on just something just barely and you need just a couple more pieces, go ahead and chop up the extra long sticks or logs that are on the ground. It's worth it. Grab all the bark. Okay, so all that's green, so I should be able to come up here and add it. Now, when you walk up to stuff that's being built, it displays as yellow, and you can come up and you can add resources to it. When it turns green, it means you can use your hammer to go ahead and build it up. I'm going to get this finished, and I'm going to go ahead and get sticks so I can get a hammer. Great thing is, hammers are super cheap. They only require 2 sticks. So if your hammer ever breaks, which it will, you just turn around and just make a new one off of random scraps you find on the ground. Basically, every little like sapling bush that's in the forest gives you 2 sticks. See? So they give you 2 sticks, and you can just easily just grab one of those, and boom, you have a hammer. Now, the other thing you have to consider when you're setting up your base is where are the water sources. And we will get into the water sources and such in a moment, because it's one of the progressions. So that's all done. Let's make a hammer. I'm going to make a knife as well, because we use that for filleting things. Do I have stuff that make that? No? Okay. So, let's go ahead and start hitting this. Now, when it comes to your food and water, and that is definitely something you have to be concerned about when you're getting started. If you're just going and exploring the map because you're trying to find out where it is, you don't really have to worry about it too much, because the world gives it to you. It's all over the ground. Everything else, you can grab a handful of eggs and just eat the eggs, and you'll be perfectly fine. If you're dehydrated, you got to find a wellstone. So, what now? Little tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all about the Wellstones right now, even though I can't really do anything with them. So, natural water collector. If you're out exploring and you're running out of water, you can go ahead and you can knock it out like this. If you run up and hold E, you can drink it, or you can hold down R and fill the canteen that you spawn with. Where did you appear? You're not down there anymore. Where'd the tutorial guy go? There he is. Okay, so we got the campfire and such down. What does he tell you to do next? Build a shelter. That sounds like a plan. Now, whenever it comes to the progression of this game, you have to realize that a lot of your progression is based around what you can build. So pay attention to your build things, because they will straight up tell you what you need to build first before you can unlock it. For example, water well. I don't have that learned yet. I have to build a rain collector first. Or woodcutter's pit. You have to build an Eye of Odin first. You have to build a workshop pit first to do a mining hut. Eye of Odin for that stuff. Woodcutter's pit, gather hut. All that to be able to build things in the Eye of Odin for the tavern pit. Which we have to consider where we're going to put that on this build. But, let's see. Let's get the shelter built. Now, this requires 2 long sticks first off. So, that's 1 tree. They normally give you like 2 or 3 long sticks. Now, you can't repair any of your tools, so they will break on you while you're out here doing a bunch of harvesting and such. Just it's all cheap stuff, especially with running the stone axes. Now later on when you have metal tools, the primary pieces of the metal tool will end up back in your inventory when it breaks so that you can just go make another one. So, gave us 3. This is going to be a pain in the ass because your character can slip. So I definitely should have made sure to have a path before I started doing that. We don't have the path maker yet because we need the workshop pit, and that is definitely something we're going to need for this. But right now we're not too worried about it. We're just going to get it done. Now I could probably take the hoe and just like carve a path myself, but I don't know. That requires effort. I like to do things difficult. Now, this spot right here would probably be fine for that type of thing. So let's see, number 5. Gotta make it so I'm not slipping every time I take a step. What are you doing? Much better. There we go. Now we have a path. So we need 1 long stick, ropes, and sticks. Let's get that. Do we have rope we can make? Yes, we do. Let's go get the rest of the sticks. Gonna grab an onion. Now keep in mind, a lot of these recipes and such that are in this game are a lot like the other games where you have to actually pick up the resources in order to learn the crafting uses. I don't need that, I just need the sticks. Sticks. Yoink. Now, you do occasionally take damage while you're building or crafting something, so keep that in mind. Watch your health. Don't let it get super low. If you do, you're just going to randomly die while you're crafting stuff. I've had that happen where it's like I'm not even paying attention to my health, and then all of a sudden I'm like sitting there dead. Like, what is this shit? Alright, we got the shelter built. So, your character really doesn't need sleep. So you can keep them awake the whole time you play. But later on when you get the chieftain cottage, you definitely want to sleep in there because it gives you a stamina bonus. Okay, where did he go? Where he go? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Alright. You gonna appear again? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, making shelters only takes about 2 young trees per to be able to make a shelter. It's pretty easy. Later on, you're going to have to build quite a few more, which is something I'm going to actually get started here, because I want to have 5 of these before I really get moving on anything. Now, this is just temporary placement for housing. I don't recommend that we all build it up here or anything. And there's no grid placement system, so you kind of have to guesstimate as you do it. Because I will probably be demolishing every single shelter that's up here. And that's normally what happens. As you progress through, like, the different types of housing and stuff like that, you end up just demolishing them over and over again. I mean, you might plan it out better. This is kind of a spur-of-the-moment planning, so not really too worried about ironing it out too well, you know? I eat the berries that I grabbed. Sadly, the barbecue over here doesn't cook berries, it doesn't cook garlic, it doesn't cook eggs. So there are only like specific things that you can cook for it. Oh, I gotta build the Eye of Odin now. I feel like that's a little too fast. So let's make a water source. Now, luckily, you can lay out your entire base and just, like, not start building it yet, so that you can actually get a good feel for the way you want it to set up. And how you want the movement to go. I'm going to go ahead and get this water setup done so that I can start placing wells, because those are extremely important, and they matter about your base placement and how you do things. Let's see, I'm going to have to cut down another tree. Ooh. Alright, get this started so I can go ahead and start slapping down wells, because wells are extremely important. You don't want your villagers getting dehydrated and dying. Okay, so we got a water supply. God, that sneeze. Fuck. Ah. Sorry guys, I've got like nerve damage in my spine, and it seems that every time I like sneeze a certain way, everything seizes and goes into pain. So we got one water stone there. Do we have any more over here? Please tell me we're lucky. There's one. Any others? Nope, not seeing any here. So I like to hit like every wellstone that's around my, like within small distance of where I'm getting set up, because I want to make sure that I have more than enough water to take care of people. And it seems like this is kind of gonna be a shitty setup for this, so let's explore a little bit here and let's see if there's any more reasonably close by, because I'm gonna need a lot of water for farming and for cooking. So water is definitely a very important thing to have in this. I won't be able to clear those out until much later. That's another water stone. Those are the smokers. Those are the assholes that'll steal your stuff. Steal stuff from your storage. I'm gonna grab this because I want feathers, because I was thinking about making a bow and arrow. I normally don't do a bow and arrow when I first start off, but the eggs are definitely worth it, because they give you a lot. Not a lot, but they will definitely hold you over for a while. Okay, it seems we have a very limited number of water sources. Man, I'd have to literally go far out of my way to be able to get some of this stuff. That's crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to try to re-centralize some things to make it so this will work out better. Work out in my favor. Yeah, I know, Wisp. You want me to make the Eye of Odin. Just so I can get a villager out here, which is understandable, because the villagers are one of the best parts about this, and the worst part about this. Let's go ahead, and we're going to do Eye of Odin directly in the center up here. Let's go ahead and get it built. Yeah, almost every single structure in this game requires terraforming in some way, shape, or form. Except for, I think, like decoration trees, you place those, you don't even need to terraform anything. They just place where they can place. Let's cut down some trees. All right. Damn, I didn't even turn the music back on. I am horrible. I had it turned off for the intro video. Damn, that means we've had like 45 minutes of like no music. Ugh. I'm an idiot. It's fine though. Great thing about music, you can always add it later. Okay, got that done. Grab this, and then we need to go grab a few other things. Why you keep making a bunch of noises at me? It ain't gonna help me get things done faster. There is a rock right here. I do need rocks, but I also want to get some Yoten blood so that I have enough to do like 2 or 3 summons. So let's do that. So we're gonna need some rocks too. I don't have anything pinned right now because I'm not really looking at the resources that much because I kind of already know what I need. When it comes to the Eye of Odin, you start off, you gotta have, what was it, sticks and stones and more stones. I'm gonna run this back this way just so we have it semi-close by. Damn it. It is going to be one of the next things that is going to be needed. Entrance is on this side. There we go. Let's work our way up. There's the rocks I needed. And 2 large rocks that I made sure to bring up here. There's the Eye of Odin. Alright, so got the Eye of Odin down. This bastard helps you summon your kin, so go ahead. And also, there's a sort thing now, and I need to make sure to keep using it, because I like it better when the sorting's on. Let's do Ursula. I mean, the winter... So, when you're summoning your villagers, you see it's got the name. You can normally roughly guess the gender, but they have perks. And all the perks mean something good and bad. Well, can be good and bad. Most of the time they're pretty good. So he's got like Winter Resilience, which is basically resistance to the cold, which you'll need that during winter time, so that's very valuable. Wildling eats a lot, runs around, does what he's supposed to do. Natural born hunter, so I think if I remember correctly, you can put them. They are really good at skinning things already. So you can put them in like your hunter shack. You got Sunrise Vigilant, which basically you can put them on the morning shifts and they function and move a little bit faster with their stamina. And then Tireless Fatality means that they recover faster. So I like that, and I like that. So let's do him. Now later on, when you upgrade the Eye of Odin enough, you can actually summon villagers that have died or have left the settlement, which you have to maintain their happiness. Keep that in mind. You have to maintain their happiness, and if you don't, they leave your village. So we got that for him. We're going to specify all of these real quick. And I'm going to go start cutting down the trees for it. I'll also specify a well. And we will go and start taking all this stuff down so that he's got stuff to work on. So the default job that villagers have when they spawn is a builder. So they will run around, they will gather resources, they will do what they can to craft and build the buildings and stuff in your settlement. Now I'm cutting up the tree stumps so I don't have to worry about it later because they can interfere with your building. But they give you firewood and that's definitely needed. Now whenever it comes to your campfires and such, your builders, when they are on break, will actually go around and light the campfires and the torches and stuff like that you might have placed. So it's something really big to keep in mind. No, I don't want to break down. I just cut down. Okay. There's a lot of stuff cut down over here. Let's just keep it rolling. Now in the beginning, before you get a crafter's hut, your villagers don't craft rope normally. So best thing I can tell you is definitely while you're out here breaking down and getting resources to get things rolling, grab fiber, because you're going to need rope. Cut down another tree, and then I'm going to go break up a couple of stones, because, you know, you need stones and stuff to build the well. A Sharpedo. Oh, it already escaped. I'm stupid. Alright, so. Alright, cut down a lot of trees. Let's finish this one up. We're going to chop up a few rocks around, hopefully to make sure that we got enough small stones laid around that he can use. So since you're getting things started, I do advise to try to get as many summons out in the beginning as you can, trying to get like 4 or 5 of them, and go from there. So that's going to be 5 shelters, which are desperately needed. That Wisp is about to tell me to go fuck myself, and I'm on my own. Well, not on my own anymore when I have a villager. First of many. So go up to your shelter and go ahead and assign them as being. It's all super loud. Assign them to that shelter so that they have a place to sleep. And the schedules they start off with are default. This is the default schedule that all of your villagers start off with. Now you can create new schedules and load your schedules, so keep that in mind. I'm going to keep him on default just because we're just starting off, so there's no point of specifying that. Now, we can store that. Let's go get some more Yoten blood. Oh, I should probably talk to the Wisp, shouldn't I? Where'd you go? Always running off. There's a small one here for me. Which, hey, this counts as cutting up things for stone as well, so that works out great. Oh, look, I got 2 Yoten blood from this. Will I get a 3rd? It's super rare, but I'm pretty sure it happens. We got 2. Get those small stones. Once daytime rolls around, he will wake up and he will start going around trying to build everything. He'll focus primarily on the stuff you have tagged, but if you don't have anything tagged, he will just try to build and do everything that's around. I'm just getting the stone ahead of time. Let's see, is there another small one? There is. Okay, I'm not hearing things. Oh, there was another small one back there. Now, don't worry, the more you mine, the more you do things, you level up, so you end up doing more damage and doing things faster. So yes, in the very beginning, this is extremely tedious. Okay, we'll just hit this one. And my pickaxe broke. Do I have mats to remake it? I need a stick and I need a stone blade. Oh, luckily I'm picking up all this stuff, so I could probably make... I'm gonna just make 1. And we got fiber here. I go grab sticks. There are no sticks over here because I've been grabbing them. I'm looking for just a spruce. There's my 2 sticks. New pickaxe. Now, the torch is great. I should probably be using that more often at night, but I never do. So, it's really up to you what your playstyle is. So, we got the sticks, we got the pickaxes. Let's go hit another one of these. Because we need more small stones. All sorts of stuff out here that we can't get to yet, or collect, or harvest, or mine yet. Mainly because of the fact that we don't have the proper tools. Well, look at that, we have all the rocks now for this, so I'm going to help him along with this, because we need a well. Let's see, where's it coming down at? Over here. There's that first well I've got tagged. Well, bam! See? I think he's grabbing all the materials. Slapping them where they need to go, trying to work on finishing them up. He did that first section. As I said, your villagers don't make rope on their own, so you're going to be the main supplier of rope in the beginning, so make sure to make some. As he gets to the next couple of stages, he's going to need rope for each one of these, so you're going to have to add it yourself. There's rope there. So he's going to be working on all that. So, as I said, eventually he was going to tell me, you are on your own, good fucking luck, have a look at this other stuff. So, you are now on your own, you are on your own now. The gods have given you a second chance to rebuild your tribe. Gather your people, give them jobs, keep them happy, and together you will thrive. Remember to watch your health and to use onion and garlic to heal up. Healing also can be done by resting. For guidance, go to the tutorial page or the God's Favor page. Now, the tutorial page is great. They have a full breakdown if you hit H. Tells you all about stuff, lets you know how to do things, that type of thing, right? And then at the same time, you have the God's Favor, which is those little feats that you keep getting as you're first getting started. So you've got like feats for combat, survival, building, crafting, population, food production, and knowledge. You can also directly access all the resources in your settlements. They'll all be listed for you here. Journal actually breaks down the items in the buildings for you so that you can keep track of them. And this is your settlement announcement. Tells you have no food production, tells you you're defenseless, and your structures are not enclosed in walls. It'll also let you know whenever your villagers are hungry, when your villagers are upset, when your villagers are having a hard time, like when they're suffering. It'll give you an alert in here. It'll also tell you when they're being picky bastards and they don't like their food. Alright, let's get the next one out here. Power, steady, steadfast resolve. I like that. That means that she's going to be more than willing to just stand and fight. That. So we need to do the next layers of planning here. Now if I had all the terraforming over here, on the build list, he will help you do that. And that's done. Now I can put another one on there, because you can only have 5 things pinned at once. So I'm thinking, let's layer this field a little bit lower. I always enjoy the ground of your base to be kind of like layered, so like there's different levels of shit. That's always my preference on this, but you know, to each their own. Build and design your settlements and bases exactly the way you want. This is just how I do mine. If you don't like it, you know, leave a comment in the section below. Maybe go fuck off. Either one's fine. I was like, if I can learn, I'll learn. But if it's like, if you're just being an opinionated person, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Okay, so downfall is some of this terraforming I'm not going to be able to do until I finally get those other things produced. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Let's start making. A lot of people will do the woodcutter first, which is normally one of my go-tos, and then I'm going to do the gatherer as well. The gathering pit, what is it? Adds. Yeah, these are all negative. So when you're building structures or crafting structures and stuff, take a moment and have a look at what what attributes they give. So some of them increase their vitality of the actual structure itself is 200. Area desirability really does matter. So as I was saying in the beginning of the stream, if you're trying to build and set up your village and you put all of the negative area desirability stations close to where your people are sleeping, it normally has a very negative effect. It messes with their happiness and everything else. So try to build like your actual manufacturing and crafting and stuff like that, your negative desirability structures, further away from your actual sleeping structures or housing structures. So gathering pit though gives +5. So you know what? For right now, I might just put it up here. Even though I can't fit it. Never mind. Make sure there's enough of a structure difference here so I can do a path or road that'll take me up in here. So all this is going to get walled in, and we're going to have even more like layering throughout the actual settlement. So let's get stone cutter pit. See, placement is all just guesstimation. Like, you hope you're getting it straight, but there's a high chance you're not. Look at that, he's being so good building things. Nana, you now have a home. Yeah. So, ooh, got some really good stats on her, or perks on her. She's a retired bowman, so she has ranged weapon proficiency, so she's going to end up being like one of the archers or whatnot, or one of the tower people. Stout constitution, less prone to illness, such as cold, sore throat, or intoxication, or food poisoning, due to their strong immune system. Springtime vitality, so whenever it's spring season, they actually run around with more energy and speed. Like, they get stuff done a little bit quicker. Okay, so see if we can actually catch a Pokemon. A Pokemon! Okay, so we got these all down here. Now, how much Yoten blood do I need? I need 3 more to summon another. So, let's see. Do Woodcutter's Pit first, then the Gathering, and then we'll do Stone. Now, sadly, the stone cutters don't run around collecting Yoten blood for you until after you've upgraded them so that they can. It used to be all the Yoten blood had to be farmed by hand by you, but after, you know, several updates and everything else, they've changed that up a little bit. It's actually really nice. I actually really like this dev team. They're pretty direct and to the point about things, but at the same time, they try to fix things as fast as they can. Oh, look at that. There's more water back here that I did not see. Yeah, there was a glitch that happened where you were falling through the entrance of the mine, and they had it fixed within the day. They also kind of like listen to people. If you're not active on their Discord, definitely become active on their Discord. They've got suggestions and glitch reporting and such. And there's several good content creators on there, like Dejna and Sir Bucky. Like, they are all just a wealth of knowledge if you need to learn more. And I'm around too, but I can't say I'm the best because I haven't really progressed past having a harbor or exploring the oceans yet. Like, I haven't even really gotten to that point yet. Okay, so there's one there. Any more? Up there's a small one over here. So the next goal after you get the first couple of villagers out is get to 5 villagers. That's one of your feats with the gods. So make sure to do that, and it makes things go a lot faster. I would say start assigning people to actual jobs and not just a builder after you kind of get things built. Like, once you get a few of the things all built up, then you can go ahead and start, you know, really assigning jobs. But until then, you're working on trying to get it all started, so you need as many builders as possible. You can run out and harvest the resources and such. Or if anything, start the gatherer and the woodcutter's jobs whenever you desire to, because that'll definitely help with production as well, because they'll be feeding the builders and supplying them with being able to build your base. As I said, this stream is not all about, like, this is absolutely the best way to do things. No, fuck that. No, this is how I do it. Give it a shot, see if it works for you. As I said, you'll end up restarting your map and your settlement multiple times just because of the learning curve, and you'll all of a sudden realize, oh my god, I shouldn't have been doing this. I've got to fix this, and then you're gonna look at it and be like, I don't want to tear everything down, so I'm just gonna restart. It's normally how it goes. Okay. Got some Yoten blood. And a few more small ones right there. Might as well grab these while I'm out here, right? Level up that mining. Get that Yoten blood so we can start summoning like crazy. Now, normally it takes, I think it's like 2 minutes for the first summon or a minute for the first summon, and I think it incrementally goes up by like a minute. No, that's not true either, because I have like 100 villagers on my main stream save, and it doesn't take an hour for them to summon. Still ain't, it takes like 30 minutes at this point. Pretty sure the higher you get, you should probably will eventually go to the point where it's like an hour or whatnot. Now, looking over that hill there's something I need to mention about points of interest. So there are graveyards, there are Draga fields, there are wolf dens, bear dens, more mines, lakes, all sorts of stuff, right? So there is apparently a graveyard right here. So I'm gonna go make sure to discover it, because having your point of interest here is a good thing. Oh, it's a large one, and nope, it's a small cemetery. Now, as I said, you can outrun almost every enemy in this game. Like, you see, they don't move very fast, and if you need to, you can always dodge. But yeah, like, run away from them, don't die. There's no point of dying just yet. Now, later on, I will say just go to town killing everything. But, till then, get established. Okay, so they're working on these. We need the rope up there for those. Let's see, rope for you. Rope for you. Start building these. So, the reason why I like to start placing these down ahead of time is because when the builders get started, they can turn around and just start knocking them out for you. Which means more housing for more peoples. Okay, those are up. Any more bark on the ground so I can just knock that one out now? Looks like it, because every tree drops about 4 bark. Unless you start cutting up the long sticks and logs. Let's go ahead and get this next summon going. Archer Night Shift. Okay, so this is one of the perks that you have to keep your eyes open for. There's another one that gives you benefits for having your villager active at night. But yeah, so Nocturnal Resilience, they thrive in the night, and they endure cold easier. So it's kind of like a mixture of being Night Shift and having cold resist. Resilient Surge, that's good too. Let's get that going. Now you can load another round of Yoten blood into here so you don't have to carry it around with you. Okay, so let's see, let's get some of the rope sections taken care of. Now it's all just sticks. Yeah, this is why a lot of people will turn around and do at least slap down someone for wood chopping, just so that they can have the constant supply of material. But it's up to you whether you want to do wood first or whether you want to do food first. I don't know. I'm a mixture of the two, so you get to choose where the jobs go. That's the whole point of this game, is all about settlement and town management. And progression into the bosses and such. So with that learning curve, you'll also figure out that there's a lot of things that you do with your villagers that might be a big mistake. I'm cutting all this down so that whenever it comes to my builders, they will have a bunch of supplies when they wake up in the morning. This next guy is going to be a night shift worker, so that means we're gonna have builders all night long, and that's a fantastic thing. Allows progression to happen a lot faster. Okay, Wisp. Go away. I say I'm on my own, and then he just sits there watching me. What a creepy Wisp. Okay, were they this way that there were some more small ones? Yep, I'm gonna try to make sure to get enough Yoten blood so I can at least get to 5 summons. That was a weird noise. Okay, so what's over here? Nothing. Just an open field. Okay. Not every open field has points of interest in it. Hell yeah, there he is. Oh, super cool feature. So if you hit tab, it brings up your settlement menu, right? You can actually go in, you can go into your structures. Let's go to housing. We have one shelter that's open. We can assign the homeless guy to that so that we don't have to worry about him being homeless and not being happy. So he is a night shifter, and he got athlete, so he can run for a while. Iron lungs, so he sleeps. He sleeps more, but he can probably run more. Probably has more of a stamina boost, I guess. At 219, I think that's higher than the other ones, isn't it? 325. $325. Why is his so low? Okay, he gets thirsty faster. He has iron lungs, so he can run longer. So I guess his how fast his stamina goes down is probably less. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set up a night shift. So it's gonna end up being sleep, basically. Let's see, let's do 8 hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hours of sleep. And leisure time, and then 3 hours of work, 3 hours of work, then leisure, and then 4 hours of work. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit create, and I'm gonna name this night shift. Night shift 1. And then we're gonna hit apply. If you don't hit apply, it doesn't become a thing. It's like hitting the save button. There's wells. There's 3 wells. Oh my god, is this gonna end up being where I'm gonna have to put my farms to begin with? I do find it funny that, like, I can't build on tree stumps, but if if the well is like in a tree, I can build on it. That's weird. I'm just hoping I don't accidentally hit the well, because if you hit the well disappears. Not the well, but the rock. The water rock, if you hit the rock, it disappears. There we go. Okay, so we found multiple wells, but they are kind of far away, so I don't know whether I'm going to end up using that for farms. As I like my farm to be reasonably close by. Yeah, I got 2 Yoten from that. Hell yeah. Alright, let's go back to base. Keep on progressing over there. There are so many water things over here. That's just painful. Considering, like, the spot I'm at is pretty good for, like, a mine and stuff, but there's not really much water supply around, so that is going to definitely be an issue. I'm probably going to have to build water storage to offset it. That one's all done. Now, some people will name the shelters after the villagers that are in it. I don't really care that much, especially whenever it comes to shelters. I'm really not worried about it. Okay, let's get this summon started. So he's a miner. She's night shift, hydration expert. Tempting. Do the night shift. So at this point, I'd prefer night shift over most. Now, you could make a bow and go hunt down some smokers or some fens so that you can actually have, like, meat. But it's not really a requirement. Most of your villagers are going to start off just going after whatever food is close by to them. Like, they'll gather their own berries for a little bit. Like, they start getting hungry, they'll start picking shit. If y'all could hurry up and get one of those done, that'd be great. There you go. Woodcutter. Hell yeah. Now, this is one of the events where a pack of hungry smokers come to your base. If you don't have any storage, you don't really have to worry about them. But the moment you start getting storage and crafting storage and all this other stuff, you really have to start worrying, because they will run in and they will clear out your base if they can get in. Where are they all coming from? Now, sadly, with this event, it doesn't show you a spawn direction. They just kind of show up. Yeah, there they are. Too bad I can't deal enough damage to kill them right now. This is why you would build a bow. And they are finally working together, getting shit done. Okay, we don't have anybody with woodcutting proficiency, so we're going to see after the next spawn before I start slapping someone on there. Because I kind of want the people who have a benefit of being on something to actually be there. See, having the storage on the gatherers, that attracts them as well. But, luckily, they are terrified of you, so you can just kind of stare at them and they stay away. So I like to, the way I progress my bases is I like to do the, each section gets walled in. So like you start out with like the main square and then you do a section here, a section there, so everything's kind of broken up a little bit. So that if something bad happens and you get attacked by a bunch of stuff that destroys one wall, you don't have to worry about that one wall removing all your fenced-in defenses. Oh, that was considered an old onion? See, they left, they didn't take anything. Broke another stone axe. So I need everything because I don't have any crafted. We need ropes. Don't have any stone on us right now, so we'll get that. Wow. What are the chances of that? So, my... Ooh, alright. That's kind of annoying. Go ahead and hit that. I gotta go finding rocks now because my shit broke. Which I like to think I have a couple of them over here where I was farming things, so let's see if we can find it. I want to find where we farmed. I mean, I'm going to grab every stone I see on the ground, but I want to see if I can find the spot where we mined the Yoten blood so that I can just take it from there. Let's see, this one's empty. Let's go ahead and assign you. You're a stone collector. Well, there's a rock up here. Ah, this is where I mined some of these, so let's pick up all these small stones. Use those to make stone blades so that I can make my tools again. Pickaxe first. We just need sticks. Pickaxe. Let's make sure I have enough stone blades in my inventory so that never happens again. Okay, they flattened that area out for me. A lot more to happen. I can't really expand that way because of the birch. Let's get some stuff unlocked so I can do the real terraforming, you know? Okay, nothing else is broken yet. That's good enough. Let's see. We start the next summon. Yeah, so it's weird. You can actually kind of like just glide up the side of walls. I do it constantly. Like, I do the terraforming, and then, like, if you hit it just right, you run, jump, you can, like, you jump, like, right at the base of the incline. You can normally just kind of fly up to the top. As they patch it out. That's always the double-edged sword, like, having the devs actually, like, are listening to people, because when you find those interesting little glitches, interesting little things that you can use, it's like, oh, that's not supposed to be in game, guys, sorry, and then they disappear. It's like, damn it. Alright, let's get the 5th villager summoned, so all of this can really start going. Okay, that's all the villagers running around. We still need to cut down a few more trees. Sadly, we have not actually had a villager that has woodcutting proficiency, so I might just have to say fuck it and use whoever I want. Also, by the way, we did get another night shifter, didn't we? Yep. So, Night Shadow, they excel in darkness, they're feeling a mood boost whenever it's nighttime, and experiencing the mood penalty when working during the day. So if you get Night Shadow and Nocturnal Resilient on one character, they are prime for night shift. So go ahead and set them to night shift. But these guys set to night shift now, so they should be happy for a bit. They're all over here snagging as many sticks as they can. So, to get your 5th summon, it takes 5 minutes for them to summon. Now, I know Sir Bucky talks about possibly giving your villagers, like, more canteens, so that they can hold more water, especially whenever it comes to your cooks and stuff. So I might actually do that this time around, because I normally don't. What does it take to make them? There it is, water pouch, hide and or rope and bark, and that's it. That's not bad at all. Make a couple of these. Give them to the villagers. I can give it to them while they sleep too. So you can actually access your villagers' inventory and their overall menu. So I'm gonna give you an additional one. I'm gonna give you an additional one. And then I'm just gonna fill mine up and tell y'all to go fuck yourselves. There we go. Stocked up on water like crazy. What are you looking for? Sticks and small stones. May break your bones. Okay, so normally, as I said, I would do woodcutter first, or yeah, woodcutter first, gather or something like that, and then move on from there. See? Animal hide removal. But several of these are actually good at doing mining. So I didn't really want to put a miner on there right off the bat, but it's gonna happen. We don't have anybody with a gathering ability or a foraging ability, and no woodcutters. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna only put the ones in there that have the bonuses, because I always hate having to go back and flip people, and I feel like they've wasted experience and levels into this one specific job that they're not going to use anymore. So I kind of like to make sure they get right off the bat. You don't have to do that. You can just do it off of a basis of need. Like, it's easy too. Okay, so let's see, what other stuff have we unlocked? We've unlocked the tavern pit, which, you know what, we can throw the tavern pit over here. That'll be fine. can't use that other trick. Maybe I should put it over here. I don't know. We don't really need the tavern pit right now. It gets too confusing with that. So a tavern pit is like a centralized location for all of your food production to drop off what they cook. I mean, not drop off, but supply the tavern with what they cook, so that whenever your villagers are going to eat, the preferences of food aren't drastically required. They do get unhappy if they're eating the wrong level of food. By the way, your villagers' levels go up based off of the levels they've received for doing their jobs. So as they go up, they level up. Let's see. Advanced. We need a workshop pit. That's next. That's still a good enough walkway here. Let's see. I'm gonna start doing terraforming around here just to get things kind of leveled out the way I want them. And since they are all not really doing any crazy stuff. Yes, Tommy. I completely agree. How are you doing today? Oh, damn it, he's a miner as well. But you know what? I don't care. He's getting put as a woodcutter. And then we are going to slap someone into gathering. Nobody has any of that, so let's do Leonard. You get to go gather. So now we actually have storage that's happening in the actual settlement. So we have to worry about the smokers. Oop, our first blood moon is here. Now, blood moons are normally not too difficult. Their difficulty is based on how many villagers you have. Oh, well, good morning, Tommy. So, blood moon goes off, scroll out, you see where they're coming from, get over to that side, and defend your settlement. Right now, all my guys are not equipped for war or anything of the sort, so since this is the first one, it will be my job to defend. Okay, let's kill some whites. That always just sounds so bad every time I say it. Watch your stamina. These guys do a swiping attack thing that they hit multiple times. But most of them are pretty easy to stun. You just beat up on them. Okay, first blood moon's done. Yeah, and I keep forgetting that these wonderful stone collectors actually harvest corpses now, so it makes things so much easier. Yeah, sorry Tommy, so the way I'm doing the stream is I'm trying to do it like a tutorial so that I'm like giving as much information as I can so I can go back, cut the stream up, turn it into a shorter form VOD, and go from there. Bone fragments. So if I start going off on a tangent about something, that's why. Make sure to get that fiber. Give me some daggone sticks. Chop down a tree. Get some resin. Hey, see how I was talking about the smokers and stuff like that? Now that we have storage, they're all hanging around a lot more now that they actually have something they want to go after. The best way to protect from smokers is to just actually fence in your settlement. Fires and such do ward them away, but it's not as reliable. But it is a good way to do things, and you should probably start making sure to set up campfires almost everywhere throughout your base. Because when wintertime rolls around, if you don't have heat sources, your villagers will die. So, doubles up as a heat source and a deterrent for the smokers. What are y'all doing? Oh, you're the wood collector. Never mind. Done. Are all of our builders like night shift? Gatherer's pit. Builder. Yep. All our builders are night shift now. I don't like that. Since it doesn't matter whoever's asleep right now. One of the night shift builders can be the gatherer for all I care. So we got some food rolling in, not enough to make sure anything happens. I want a night shift builder and a day shift builder. That's how it should be. So all throughout the entirety of the day and night, you can actually have production and stuff being built. So what you been up to, Tommy? How's your morning going so far? Get back here, you freaking angry, dumb rabbit that keeps trying to steal my shit. I'm gonna toss you someplace where you can't run off. Because we're gonna have our meat. Meat's back on the menu, boys! Excellent. Make sure to pick up everything so I can add it all to the journal. Let's see, we've got this barbecue up here that I can take advantage of. Now, sadly, barbecue really does a very limited amount of things, and to really see what the barbecue can craft, you should assign a villager to it and then go in there and try to set up the task. It'll give you a list of everything that it cooks, and you can tell them what you want them to cook. And I will probably actually put a cook to the barbecue after the next summon, so let's go ahead and get Yoten blood so I can do the next summon. After I steal my meats. So, this always drove me crazy first starting off. Left click will actually make you eat things, and then right click will transfer it out. So, don't make that mistake with the poisonous mushrooms. It's a bad idea. You're gonna have a bad time. Alright, there's a small one over there. Let's go get it. Hopefully they'll start getting that all finished. What are you complaining about? Look, we are not close enough. You don't have to worry about that. Why are you homeless? Okay, they're getting working on that. I gotta make sure not to build anything in this area here or in this area over here. This area is specifically reserved for the upgrades for this. Let's see, let's start play some more terraforming. How far? Okay. Oh, it's because of that. I don't feel that should really be an obstacle, but that's just me. No, I don't want it to go that high. Okay, let's level that. We will do it this way, so we can rotate this with Q and E. Cut this way, and then cut this way. That is not considered overlapping with anything. Hell yeah. Slap that on there. What are you gonna do? Eat my rocks? They literally eat everything. Resin, and it's the only thing I'm missing, isn't it? Yup, so now we got a club upgrade. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss this one on the ground. Might try to do an all the way around on this one. So all the way around. This top section is going to be the most reinforced thing for the moment. Well, just in general, because the Eye of Odin is the most important part. Yeah, I don't have no Yoten blood, because that's what I was looking for. I need to go out to the forest, steal it from the bedroom floor. Find me some more ones. Oh, come on. Gotta be some smaller ones around here. Oh, apparently I'm really close to one of these big ass trees. Nothing around that side. Yeah, it's a water well. I might have to go outside my preferences here and actually start making the farm a little bit closer to a better water source. Just have it transport food in. I'm not seeing... Oh, there's a small one. Can't wait until we upgrade our pickaxes so that we can get the bigger stones. Big stones, big stones, big stones. There's a little stone there. So, one of the most important tips that I can tell people for starting off is to concern yourself with your resource markers. So you need to place down resource markers around your settlement or wherever you want your guys to go to farm. So for gathering wood and hide and stuff like that. So you're going to end up having to place them. So for example, if you go into your map, these, you got to take it that there's points of interest, there's another points of interest, you have your water wells that are marked. A lot of your village gets marked on the map. So if you hit range, you can see how far your guys are supposed to go to explore. Like to gather items or work on building things or do anything just in general. They have this range. They might go outside of it a little bit like Nana is here, but it's nothing too crazy. You need to expand it so that they don't run out of resources. So, judging by the range, you can see what the average range is from a resource marker. so you can guesstimate where you would want to put something else. So we're going to go check out over there. It only requires a stick and fiber, or rope, so that you can place resource markers. So it's a good idea to start doing this a little bit earlier on. Just don't make it so that the resource range goes into, like, for example, the graveyard. Don't do that, because the graveyard itself has a range of its own. So if your range ends up looping into there, your guys are constantly going to end up getting attacked by skeletons. Oh, that is actually fantastic. There is the first boss spawn location. This is very important. Finding one of these early on and having it reasonably close to your base is a great fucking thing. I'm super stoked about that. So, I like to guesstimate where I'm going to put my first markers, use my waypoint by left clicking, and then I run to that waypoint and I go ahead and go place down a marker. Oh man, there's a bunch of deer over here. Okay, so when placing your resource marker, place it, slap it down, build it, do whatnot. Now before you run off, go into the menu, right? Make sure it's for the right outpost. Your main outpost is going to be where it's going to originally clip to. No matter where you are on the map, if you are on the other side of the map and you place down a resource marker, it's going to act like it's for your main settlement. So go into your marker type, turn off forestry, because you do not need that until later on when you build a forestry building. And that building is actually there so a guy will grow saplings of trees and then go plant them in the area that you have as the resource marker. So go in there, customize it for what you want, and then move on. Place another one. So let's see that range. Boom, you see how I got that perfectly on the edge? You can overlap them as much as you want because it's all the same thing. I am just probably going to do another one like right around here. So I want them to be able to gather thatch, because I'm going to need that whenever I start building cottages. The upgraded housing building, you need thatch so that you can build a bunch of stuff. So gather it early on if you can. So slap it down, go ahead and build it, and turn off forestry. You're gonna want to start doing that from the beginning, because there are so many times that we're like, oh yeah, I'll make sure to correct that later, and then you have 30 fucking markers that you have to go through individually and change them up. So I'm gonna do that so that they can go all the way down to the beach area, and we haven't really fully explored everything over here yet, so I don't know if there's any more points of interest, but I'm gonna slap down another marker right over here. I want to make sure that we got the markers. Give me all your fiber. Grab some driftwood, because it gives me 4 sticks at a time. Now, when you're building things, after you try to build something, if you am I too close to the water or something? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Too close to the water, even though there's no water right there. I think they need to do something with water building, because not being able to build close to the water makes it so that you can't actually protect your fishing huts and stuff. Turn off forestry. So, now we have an expanded range. That's going to be pretty good. So we're going to place one there. We're going to have a nice little diamond design with this. You're going to have down here, nice little diamond right here that people can go and gather from. And get chased by these little wisp things that do basically nothing. They're slow moving. They don't deal much damage. That's why they're the first spawn you encounter on the beach. But your villagers are always afraid of things until they are actually mercenaries, or not mercenaries, but militiamen, or like, base defense. Why are you over here killing me? I didn't do nothing to you. I did kill your buddy, though. I don't see who you're running from. Figuring all this out would have been a lot easier if I had taken the time to explore the entire map first, but I didn't do that this time because I didn't want to sit on stream for like an hour, like running around in circles trying to find everything. I was actually really lucky that I found that mine right off the bat. That's like super rare to have happen. Okay. Got pretty good coverage. Nice little thing there. We're definitely going to end up adding more, but let's progress first. Head back to the village. And I need to apparently add some rope to the crafting station. Which is going to be great because it's going to make it so we can start mining and cutting down the larger trees. Now, whenever it comes to setting up crafting tasks for your village in the crafting hut, for the love of God, be good about it. Where did you get 3 of these to put in there? Oh, I have 3 of them. Got it. I'm an idiot. So this is finally built. It opens up the next tier of gathering tools. So you got stone pickaxe, you've got the large hatchet or axe, and then you have the road maker. All that is very important. So let's see. Does my wood grabber have some sticks I can steal? Yes, he does. So I'm gonna go ahead and steal these because we gotta go craft ourselves some better stuff. Let's get blades crafted. We're just missing rope. There should be a decent amount of fiber in here. Rope, so I can build things. Okay, so got our hatchet, or our large stone axe. And then we have our large stone pickaxe. So now we can actually mine just about everything. You also get access to the heavy club, smoker horn, wood rake, all this other stuff whenever you finally get into... there's a few unlocks in here, just starting off. So you've got the farm, Eye of Odin tier 1, which is the next upgrade that I just started a bit ago. And yeah, kind of want to make a road maker, because that's going to make things really nice. But I have my better tools now, so things can really start moving. Okay, let's go ahead and put some of this back. Okay. A lot of bark. I don't really need the bark right now, but I'll worry about that later. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff upgraded to huts. That's normally a good thing to start off doing as soon as you can. Like, even when these first get built, getting started on the next upgrades for the hut would be great, but you can't do it until you have this thing built. It's this. You're the night shifter. I'm gonna stick with having them as builders because it's good to have one night shift and one day shift. Add that. Damn it, we need to go get more. But best news ever, we can actually mine the larger Yoten blood nodes with this pickaxe. So we're gonna get Yoten blood a lot easier now. And once we upgrade the stone cutter, they'll actually be able to harvest these for us. As long as they have access to the correct tools, they can farm it for us. Now, I've never gotten 4 from one of these, but I think it's like you get like 2 to 3 Yoten per. And you also get, I think, like 10 small rocks and like 2 or 3 large rocks. Yeah, 2 large rocks. Almost 10 stone. Did I seriously? Okay, yeah, I got 3 from that. Where is another one? I'll do the ones really close to the base, because we're going to need to. Okay, and each one of these, if you're not going to use it as a barbecue, always put a fire cover on them, because you don't want your wood and stuff getting wet and no longer being able to have a campfire. Campfire, we're going to put one on this side, next to the well and such. Excellent. Okay, so where's that other medium that was over here? And then it's kind of far away, but I could totally build a farm that far away. Screw it. We'll leave it to the guy who farms flesh. As I said, the higher level you get, the faster the mining becomes. In the beginning, it's super tedious. So after you get the craftsman crafted, and then you turn around and you've got all 3 of the gatherers done, you're going to have to upgrade the gatherers and get a craftsman into the workshop so he can supply rope and tools to all of your people, so that you don't have to really worry about that anymore. I'm hoping the next guy I summon will actually have a crafting stat, because that would be really great. Good start. Get them the right levels in the right place. Knowing my luck, it's going to be a gatherer, and I'm going to be like, shit, I got to swap these out. But yeah, so get those all upgraded, summon enough, get the barbecue running, get everything going pretty well. In the beginning, it's pretty easy to maintain people. Downfall, you can't really protect everything because of the freaking... I mean, I could totally do that. I could slap down a freaking watchtower and just have someone in there all day long shooting these rabbits. But it only does so much, and you have to actually hit them while they're trying to get things to stop them. So, if they're hiding behind a building and the archer can't hit them, it doesn't go well. But that, honestly, that is probably a good idea. I do have a villager with a really good archery stat, so take advantage of that and maybe extend her shift to make it so that she's up there more continuously. But then that's someone who could be building or gathering. And we don't even have a hunter's hut yet. So all of that meat and hide would just never even go anywhere unless I was hardcore focusing on gathering it myself. I don't see any structures in that direction. I think that goes down towards the beach, so that's a good sign. Unless I go and run around on the beach down there and find like 5 more of those first boss spawns. That would be amusing. I'd have to do a white farm again. Definitely works out for leveling things up. Works out for Yoten blood too, because they give you some every now and then. Okay, so I've got 10 now. I kind of want to do 1 extra so I can have exactly enough so that I can summon 2 villagers. Because once all these upgrades go through, we're going to get more than enough Yoten blood. We're going to get tons of ability, like all the stuff that's around us is going to start getting gathered, like all of the Yoten blood shards. So you'll be able to summon villagers pretty regularly after you get the stonecutter up to tier 2. You used to have to like do a trip, like get like your freaking cart or something like that and run around and just mine it all by hand. But now you actually have workers that do it for you. So it's a fantastic thing. We got one more, but I'm gonna grab that extra one. Let's get rid of the seed because we're not quite there yet. Is there another one? Yep. Seed. Okay. Let's go do it. Yeah, we are at 5 villagers, so I am going to have to start considering how I'm going to do the housing. It's probably going to be off the backside over here because up front has all the stuff. Wolfgang, I do every now and then. If I feel like I want to work on something. I wanted to do kind of a tutorial stream for getting started in Aska because I had tried recording a tutorial video like 12 times and my brain just can't seem to do it. So I wanted to just do it as I go back and kind of cut it up or turn it into smaller stuff. But yeah, no, I occasionally will stream in the mornings. If I don't have anything going on and I don't have anything I really need to dedicate myself to in the morning, then I might stream in the mornings. It's at 9:30 a.m. is normally when I decide. So, welcome to the party, good sir. New season crop yields. Actually, you know what? We'll do this one just because I don't know what the additional perks are, so I'm gonna just roll the dice. Alright, so we have no more housing stuff available. This is all crafting. If I was going to build a farm, it would be over on this side, so let's keep them over this direction so that we can actually try to keep things conformed for the moment. Let's see, let's get the stone collector up because I want them working on collecting Yoten blood for me. That's where that focus is going to be. Let's get that one going too. And the wood collector so that I can store and cut down the next tier of wood. Oh hell yeah, man, you got Diggersby. I have no idea what that is. Is that just like another version of like a Duck Trio or something? Or a Diglett? Or is it that weird one with like drills on his hands? Okay, so we're gonna have housing on this side. Good idea. Because I think with these 2 water sources over here, I might end up going ahead and building the farm a little bit further away from base. It's gonna be a bitch and a half building that fence, but it might work out really nice. Let's go ahead and do... They seem to be hardcore coming from this direction. I'm going to go ahead and place down a watchtower. Which, now that I have watchtowers, I can actually use that for the terraforming tricks. Hell yeah, being able to terraform things away from you. Alright, let's build a tower. Get my first level of base defense going. And we got a summon coming right now, and we need to build over here. Oh man, is that too close to the... It is. It's too close to the actual mine. So I can't do that section. Can I do this section? No. How about over here? Yeah? Yeah. There we go. Nope. Since the game is in development, I don't like messing around with mods until the developers, you know, are actually done with what they're working on. I mean, it doesn't need to be 100% complete, but you get it. Yeah, I like to try to play things the way they were intended first before doing anything else. Later on, I will definitely end up using mods. But until then, no. Okay, so first couple ones of these are just gonna go line this wall. It's like, especially if the game's in development, I don't... The chance that the servers or wherever I'm playing will get, like, ruined because an update came out, that's another reason. Bad idea, but I couldn't help it. When that beat dropped, I had to move. I would like this to be a little bit further up. Yeah, I'm constantly reading all the people having issues because they are using mods and an update comes out and it's just like, okay, nothing works anymore. And it's like, and that's not the fault of the developers or anything, it's just one of those, there's so many changes that happen that there's like no point of risking it, you know? God, I shouldn't have moved like that. God, I am in a lot of pain right now. Holy shit. Wasn't even like crazy movement. Stairs, come on now. So she's not homeless for too long, but what was her new stats? Okay, Winter Huntsman, Monk Body, Wind Rider, Chill Sensitive, don't like that, but you're Chill Sensitive, you're gonna be working at the barbecue. That's for damn sure. And she's a farmer, so I can use her later. What the hell is wrong with you? Coming in my village like this? Can we get this up and running, please? So tired of these guys trying to eat my shit. Another summon coming up. Scarred Veteran, Winter Resilient, Mighty Vigor. Let's hope he gets a good stat. Or a good perk after the roll. Okay, so let's... I actually gotta build the hut. Can't do that until they get upgraded. Just keep cutting down trees and stuff. Hopefully it gets things done. Now, of course, your upgraded axes and such can cut down the smaller trees, too. Like, don't get me wrong, though. They have a lot of really good ideas with the mods. Like, I'll probably definitely be using them later on when I feel like I've gotten the full experience of this game. I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. I'm getting close, but not quite. Feel like there's so much more to do, so much more to maintain. Fucking rabbits better not be running around in here. I'm gonna start swinging. On that next part, they're gonna get some actual logs so they can upgrade the other things. Actually, you know what? We can actually fast forward that just a little bit here. Do I have enough stone? I do. Oh my. Rope and sticks.
The year is 1991.
Why not have any rope? Nope. But I can make 2 of them.
Until one day,
Is that enough? Might be.
This is Phoenix.
Wings arise from the ashes, Phoenix. The fire burn. Stand beside you. Spread your wings arise from the ashes. Electric Boogaloo. Get these things made, dude. And some of these builders, well, no, take that back. The cook is definitely homeless. The fire burn. Spread your wings and rise from the ashes. Ooh, he got double cold resistance. Holy shit, that's real nice. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta actually tell her what to cook, don't I? So, earlier I was talking about, like, setting up the barbecue. Gotta add task. And you can see what recipes are available in it. They're missing a few things like mussels and garlic and such, so don't get too annoyed with that. Let's see, let's do 5 of each. 5 of each thing. The more we gather, the more we're gonna cook. And that is fine with me. No beetroots yet, but it's good to have on the actual task list. Carrots, onions. I think these should just be the immediate tasks, and I'm doing 5 each just because that's how much it takes to fill up and cook it all. So there is a method to my madness on occasion. Oh, okay, so the woodcutter actually grabbed the right one. Got it. I don't know if he's actually going to cut down the right trees for it, but that's fine. Too many smokers, man. They're all about to gang up on me. But if we get this tower done, they're screwed. I'm cutting down the wrong trees, too. Whatever. Making progress. The hell is a Paltoros? I don't know. But I'm gonna try to catch it. What? There we go. That's the right command. My bad. Okay, chop that up a little bit more. I got like 10 minutes left into the stream. We will see if I can actually make some good content out of this, because this is at least helpful. And it's me just kind of droning on about it if someone wants to actually listen. Okay, let's have the magic start happening here the moment I get this upgraded. Ooh, I need to go make a better pickaxe. Okay, so this Yoten blood needs to be on high, 'cause that's what I need you for. Okay, anybody bringing home fiber yet? No? How's there no fiber? Like everywhere I ran, there's fiber everywhere. So I think this whole area is a part of the... Yeah, I mean, there is only one gatherer out there right now, but I mean, that's supposed no making sense. That's not allowed. Let's go mess with their priority system because we need motherfucking fiber, yo. That's on high. The rest of that stuff's on medium. That's fine. So that Dude, y'all are really pushing it. Once this tower gets done, I'm gonna be so happy. Get this one built. There we go. So he's got the better axe now. Let's see, what do I need for better pickaxe? Everything. Make rope by itself, that's fine, because that's what's needed. Now, in order to get to building cottages, you have to have the gatherer's hut, so upgrading the gatherer is definitely important. Oh, also, woodcutters. We need fiber, so you're going to be assigned with doing more fiber too. Even though that means that you're probably just going to tear apart a bunch of bark. Okay, so let's see. Give her a place to sleep. Shame I don't have any more fiber, so I have to go find some. That's berries. Berries. That's berries over there. There's a lot of fiber at the base. Nope, those are berries too. Berries. More berries. I don't need daggone berries. Go out into an area we do not go. Okay, so we got fiber. While I'm out here, I might as well just try to get some stone too. Need the stone so I can make the other the tier 2 tools. Words are not my friend. But yeah, tier 2 tools. Tier 2 tools. For everyone. I probably should have just checked the stone cutter to see if they had any, but I'm not stubborn. I just want to go get the shit. That, while I'm out here doing this, I'm getting Yoten blood too. Called being productive. Did I miss one? No, but I got more than... Oh, yep, I did. How did I not pick that up with the multi-grab? Need 2 more. Maybe the small Yoten will give it. Or Yoten. Yoten! Nope, of course it only gave me one. Oh, look, flax. Let's go back to base and see. Maybe they found a few smaller ones somewhere. Oh, there's a big one. I guess we can crack this one out. Might as well, because the other guys aren't going to be farming the big ones. Not yet. Give me that stamina boost with having full water. So I can mine through this whole thing. Not have to worry about it. Okay, I'm really hoping that I actually get a crafter soon, but that might be hoping for too much. Okay, let's head back to base. Got us summon. I mean, that's nice. Astrid, you'd be the perfect marketplace worker. Wolf is still homeless. Oh my god. See? Told you they were going to start getting this stuff. Okay. Do that. Build a pickaxe. Still need rope. There we go, there's a pickaxe. Hopefully the stone cutter will come and get it. There's so much resin on the ground. Why is nobody grabbing the resin? Stick, rope, and blah. Yeah, I don't have any more sticks. That's something that they're actually going to have to farm. I've got the rope, though, so we can go run around and help with that. 5 in that one. Alright, so we've got a pretty good setup here going. We don't exactly have everything I want right now, but we got pretty good setup. I'm liking this start off. So, maybe I'll do another one of these tutorial streams, whenever I have a chance in the morning, and we can continue. So this can be the morning stream map, and then we still have the night stream map. I think that's a great idea. And folks, if you haven't done it already, make sure to hit the like, follow, sub, do whatever you can, show some support. At the same time, make sure to check me out when I'm streaming, either occasionally in the mornings at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time or 9:30 p.m. every weekday. See y'all then, and remember, keep on surviving.